Hi, everyone. Welcome to another session of Business Life Lessons. Today, we're going to be talking about new beginnings. New beginnings sound great, sound exciting. There's a novelty around that, right? I want to tell you a little story about one of my new beginnings. Before I jump into my story, I need to set the background for you about myself. So, I come from a background where my personality um, I'm more introverted. I'm more shy. I'm not as, or back then, I wasn't as great around people, kids, and so on. So when we jump into the story, I'm about 9 to 10 years old. I'm in elementary school back in Ukraine, and I do well in school, but I don't do so well with some of the kids. I have some friends, but some of the kids, the bullies in the school, they pick on me, um, and I don't like that, obviously. Not only do I not like it, but it seems to be so constant that in my mind I'm like, I can't wait till something changes. And during that time, it just so happened that there was a lot of people migrating out of Ukraine. Back then it was former USSR. And they were moving out to Canada, to United States, to other countries. And my parents decided to move as well. So knowing that, I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. All these kids that are picking on me, I won't ever have to deal with them. This other place is going to be so much better. It's going to be great there. I'm going to get along with everybody. It's going to be fun. All the positive things that I could think of, that's what I thought of. And trying to suppress any potential negative, like, well, maybe those kids are going to pick on me. I wasn't even thinking about that kind of stuff. It was more like, I don't want to deal with these kids. I can't wait to be out there. So that's one story. That's one place where I was seeking a new beginning. It just so happened that I got the opportunity and I got that new beginning regardless of me actually doing anything about it because my parents moved. I couldn't move by myself. So I did get a new beginning, and I'll tell you the rest of the story at the end of this video. But let's jump into what are new beginnings. Why do people seek new beginnings? Some of the reasons why people seek new beginnings are due to conflict at the current workplace or relationship, whatever the situation is. So, due to conflict, and they're either not willing to or unable to resolve that conflict, so they're looking for something new where that conflict won't be there, similar to my story. So, um, that's one part. Part of that is where somebody may have burnt a bridge, burnt a relationship. So now they came and go back to that area or to that relationship. So therefore, they need a new beginning. Another reason is complacency, like whatever that relationship is, whatever that job or whatever they're doing is, they're kind of complacent. There's boredom there. They're bored of whatever they're doing or not doing. So they're looking for some excitement. So they're looking for um, some excitement and some new beginning to make it more exciting for themselves in their life. Part of that is maybe progress. Maybe they were envisioning certain type of progress to make within a job or within a business, and they're not making that progress, and they feel stuck. So then that person may be like, well, if I try this other thing, I feel like I'll be able to get ahead further versus what I'm doing right now and it's not working. And either I don't know how to move on or I feel like whatever I do, it doesn't matter because I'm not making that progress. So therefore, I'm looking for a new beginning. Another new beginning is sought because the person is actually being forced out. So if a person gets fired or laid off, they have no choice. They have to begin somewhere else. Or if a marriage doesn't work out and it wasn't, that person wanted to resolve it, but the other person didn't want to resolve it and it ended, they're forced out to a new beginning. In other cases, it's just craving that novelty, something new. So again, it goes back to that boredom or complacency where a person is just looking for something new in life and they're just giving it a chance and going after that. Um, in other places, it's being part of being within their comfort zone. So if an organization or a relationship is growing, with growth, there's going to be pain. And some people don't want to experience that pain. They want to stay within the comfort zone. And as soon as they see that pain in the organization or relationship, they're like, no, I want to go back to my comfort zone. So I want to get a new beginning with someone else, with another company where I won't experience this pain. I can be in my comfort zone and not have that pain. And again, people don't think of it as, oh, I want to be in my comfort zone. They're more thinking of like, I don't want to experience certain pain. I don't want to, I'm afraid of trying something new or doing something differently or whatever the case is. So those are some of the reasons why people look for new beginnings within their life. So given some of those examples, what about you? Have you had thoughts of trying something new or giving a new try or going after something different and abandoning what you already have? Just take a moment to think about that for yourself. So what's a new beginning after all? What's a new beginning? Well, a new beginning is beginning something over again, right? So beginnings, what are beginnings and what are new beginnings? Let's look at a few examples. So if you have a child that was born and the child takes its first step, that's a beginning. They're beginning something. But new beginning would be taking that one step. So if they take one step over and over and over again, that's like as though they're taking a new beginning over and over again. Or another example, let's say that that child says its first word. Whatever that first word is, that's a beginning. But if they say that same word over and over again, it's almost like that's a new beginning, right? Like they're repeating the beginning over and over. What if that same child goes to first grade? First grade, first time in first grade, new begin, or it's a beginning. But if they have to repeat that first grade, now it's a new beginning, but they've done it before. It's a new beginning, but it's a restart of sorts, right? So a lot of times we think of new beginnings like something great, something's going to change, something's going to be better. But another way of looking at those new beginnings are restarts. We're repeating something. So if there's a way to move through life without repeating something, that will enable us to get somewhere faster. There's nothing wrong with repeating things. Sometimes we have to learn by repeating things over and over and over again. But if we can learn something faster and not having to repeat it multiple times, it will just get us in life further where we want to be. So another example of a new beginning is a job, like the first ever job you get. That's a beginning. And then you quit that job or you get laid off or whatever the case is, you find another job. Now that's a new beginning. There's some excitement with this new job. There's new possibilities there and so on. But that's a new beginning, right? So first child is a beginning if you have your own first child. But what about by the fourth child? Fourth child, it's a new beginning with a child, but you already went through the experience of raising to some level the first, second, third child. So then the fourth one is more like, I know what I'm doing. For some fourth children, they pretty much raise themselves. Just kidding there. But that's just some examples of a beginning versus a new beginning. If we continuously restart something over and over, there's not really, we won't be able to get far in life, right? So constant repeating of things doesn't really work. Another example of that would be a video game. Let's say you're playing a video game, it has 10 levels, and you repeat the game on level 1 or level 2. You get through level 1, you can't beat level 2, you repeat it, and you repeat it, and you repeat it. I mean, that's one way to gain skills and get better and better in life, but it prolongs the time it takes to beat the game. So similarly in life, if you repeat things over and over again, it'll take you so much more time to get to your goals, to get to where you want to be. So a lesson in life is going to repeat itself until it's learned. So whatever problems, whatever challenges you face in life, if you don't deal with those problems and challenges, they will reoccur in different circumstances with different people at different locations until you learn and deal with them. And then you move on, you kind of graduate to that next level. Next level brings its own challenges, and then you got to repeat the cycle of learning something greater and dealing with bigger challenges and things in life. So instead of like backing down and moving away from problems and seeking new beginnings because we don't want to deal with old items, it's better to deal with whatever circumstances we are in currently, fix those, and then move on, rather than escape from them by seeking new beginnings. There is a better way. So deal with the circumstances and problems as soon as possible. Otherwise, those problems will continue to reoccur in your life. So the rest of my story. Well, we moved to United States. Again, I'm 10 years old. In here, I'm going to elementary school. I went into 4th grade. Everything is new, new beginnings, right? New opportunities, everything's new. But guess what? New kids, new environment, and I'm still getting picked on in this new environment. So I was being picked on before, and I continue to be picked on by other people, by other kids in here. Why? Why is that? Why am I so unlucky in this life? Why me, right? Well, I had to relearn that lesson over and over again through elementary school, through middle school, until high school, until I stood up for myself and like showed the people around me, the kids around me, that I will stand up for myself. Until then, bullies picked on me. But when I did stand up for myself, then the reputation went out throughout high school, and then I gained respect. And then people started, or kids started to respect me for who I was, that I was able to stand up for myself. So until you deal with your problems where they are, if you try to escape from them, you will continue to be in the circumstances where the same lesson is going to repeat itself until you deal with it. So my encouragement to you with this video is deal with your challenges, deal with everything that you need to deal with in your current circumstances before trying to go for a new beginning. In some cases, it's inevitable. You have to restart. You have to have a new beginning, but do everything you can to fix the situations you're in currently before trying something new. Take care.